Girls think that they want to date a high-value man until he starts calling you out for not taking responsibility, before he starts holding you accountable, before he has higher standards for you than you have for yourself. Everyone talks about, oh, date a high-value man. This is what you do to have to attract a high-value man. But I've never heard anyone talk about, like, actually dating a high-value man takes a totally different kind of woman. It's not for the weak. I have other friends who are dating, like, very loving, very successful, perfectionist, ambitious men, and it is not for the weak.
Can someone tell me what is a high-value man? 'Cause all I see is women going after rich, single men. Hope high income doesn't mean high value. Dating a high-value man is not for the weak. It is both humbling and rewarding. They don't want a high-value man. They want the high-value life. Principles, integrity, courage, compassion, understanding, humility, honesty are just some of the ideals a high-value man gives and expects. Sleeping with a high-value man is easy. Retaining a high-value man is the hard part. May the odds be ever in your favor, ladies.
So I'm walking in the rain in central London, look, beautiful street, and I'm eating a cheese and pickle sandwich, if you know, you know. But the funny thing is, it's like I'm on my phone and nobody gives a shit because there's a raindrop on my head. Anyway, no one gives a shit because I'm over 50 and I'm invisible now to everybody. Nobody sees me, so I can do the bloody thing I want. And it's very freeing. I can get soaked and eat cheese and pickle sandwiches. Who's with me?
Nobody.
Fuck this single shit. I'm ready to settle down and be with someone for the rest of this weekend.
Are there any girls out there that, like, genuinely want to be pursued anymore?
Do men pursue women anymore? Do men know what the definition of dating is? Do you think texting me at 1, 2, 3 o'clock in the morning saying what you doing, that's dating? Is telling me that you want to pull up all the time, oh, but you not hungry? Is that dating? I'm just so confused. Is hitting me up when you feel like it, when your other hoes dropped you, is that dating? I'm just confused. Do men actually pursue women? Do men know what the definition of pursuing a woman is? Don't come over here and waste my time, baby. Know what you want and come step correct, or don't step to me at all. I'm just saying.
I just love it when women ask that question. When the men were doing the pursuing, they were called creeps. When they were trying to approach and putting effort in, they were told to leave women alone. Any chance these women had, they turned it into something negative. And now, modern women are seeing the effects of what they've been asking for. It is the biggest mirror that has been placed in their faces so far.
There is literally no place I'd rather be than dating in my 30s right now. I am approaching it from such a different lens than in my 20s. I pictured myself aggressively dating. Like, how could I possibly take a night off of the week? Like, I need to find a husband. Guys, I'm being serious. That is exactly how I pictured myself in this. And it is just simply not the reality.
Why is it that the finest guys in the world, and also single, never leave the house? Is there a reason for that?
It's actually quite simple. A lot of guys that are single have really come to enjoy the peace and tranquility that often comes with that. And the easiest way to maintain that is to stay at home.
It's not that you become invisible as you get older. It's that you stop attracting the wrong kind of attention. Your frequency is so finely tuned that you are no longer inviting in strangers, only friends you haven't yet met who vibrate on the very same level as you. You are not invisible, my friend. Invincible, yes. Never invisible. And you have earned to move around in safety and peace the way you do. So respect the space you have built for yourself. You have done well. Invincible, never invisible.
Why do you think it is today that a lot of American men are going overseas to find wives?
I cannot relate. It is a real thing, but it's just insecurity. Think overseas, go overseas, babe. I completely disagree because it takes a whole lot of courage, a whole lot of self-confidence, somewhat of financial stability, and a passport, which a lot of chicks don't even have, for a man to go overseas and find his wife. And actually, really be the ones who are complaining about men leaving the U.S. to find their wives. It be the women themselves. Isn't it true that you hear so many women online talking about, leave, we don't want you here, leave, go find yourself a doormat, leave, you think you're better than everybody else now since you have a passport, where are you going? Basically, women are shaming men and insulting them for trying to do better for themselves. I hear women talking about they want to do better for themselves all the time. So what's wrong when a man wants to do that for himself? Unfortunately, some women in America are not submissive, they are way too masculine, and they don't want to cater to a man. So girlfriend, you may look feminine, but if your attitude stinks, what is a man supposed to do besides moving on? And then you're going to be mad at him for it and call him insecure?
No, they want just mamas. Left the US 10 years ago, haven't looked back. I'm Filipina, and we have high respect for our men. We call them out for their mistakes, but praise them highly for their achievements. Louder. My American man found me last year and loving me unconditionally. My fiancé traveled to my country for 7 days only. He met me 3 days after he landed, and boom, fell in love in first sight. Most of people underestimate.
Modern women use men purely for materialistic purposes and view them only as providers is a stereotype that does not accurately represent the diverse and evolving dynamics of contemporary relationships. While it is true that traditional gender roles historically positioned men as breadwinners and women as homemakers, societal norms have significantly shifted over the years. Today, relationships are often based on mutual respect, partnership, and shared responsibilities. Many modern women are financially independent and pursue careers, breaking away from the traditional expectation of relying on men for material needs. This independence allows women to enter relationships based on emotional connection and shared values, rather than financial necessity. The idea that women view men solely as providers undermines the progress made towards gender equality and disregards the complexity of individual motivations and desires. But is this stereotype still influencing how men and women perceive each other? And how much do these outdated views affect the way we approach relationships today?
Time for some real talk. We all know that dating sucks. Dating when you're over 40 sucks. Online dating culture sucks. Talking phases suck. Dating when you're a single parent, male or female, sucks. When you have your kids 100% of the time, it's almost impossible. But when you add to the fact that you are a 42-year-old mom bod living in the state with the smallest population to that, it really sucks. Because if you live in the state with the lowest population, you also live in the state with the lowest dating pool.
Again, I'm not out here bashing women or nothing, but I think we have to speak about the reality, which is, as women get older, their value and appeal in society diminishes. And this is all the reminders for all the slay queens out here that your beauty is finite. You don't have to believe me. Go on Google and search 50 and invisible. And tell me what results you find. So all these single women professing that they're doing really good by themselves are most likely not over the age of 50. And by the time they do get to that age, they don't even get attention at the grocery line. And while that might be well and good for some of them who say, hey, you know, I have a dog, I have my material possessions and all of that, that I don't get attention from men. The sad reality is you're going to be walking into your golden years by yourself. So play your cards right.
All those pathetic women who demonize men deserve to end up alone. I'm female. Maybe that's why some older women dress in big colors, crazy hats, funky jewelry, to get noticed. I'm 55, and I found it definitely happens around 50. People also don't want to listen to me. I turn 60 this month, And I have really been feeling this. I'm acutely aware of this over the last few years, and I'm definitely conflicted about it too. I don't think a lot of married women think about it. Now that I'm divorced, it feels so much more obvious for some reason. Strange how I would come across this video when I felt this for the first time recently. It does hurt a little bit.
Furthermore, the perception that women prioritize only their own lives and lack time for their partners overlooks the diverse ways in which women contribute to relationships. Emotional support, companionship, and shared responsibilities in household management and child-rearing are areas where women must actively engage and collaborate with their partners. The evolving landscape of gender roles has led to more equitable partnerships, where both men and women contribute to the household in various ways. This includes shared financial responsibilities, household chores, and emotional labor. Relationships today are increasingly characterized by a balance of give and take, where both partners support and uplift each other. However, are men and women truly embracing this balance, or do underlying resentments and expectations still persist in our relationships?
Most people are so worried about this, and this, that they forget what really matters is this, and this.
If a guy is ever ghosting you after a date, he probably just died. I always think about this story. My little sister's good friend went out with a guy for like a month, and then he just like out of the blue ghosted her. Like they had plans, texting, asking like, is everything, are we still on? He always just didn't respond. After like a month, she kind of gets curious and goes like back to his Instagram page to see like what he's been up to. Turns out he really did die. So it's not you. They just died.
Before I go into work, I have a question. Is it just me? Or is dating in your 30s literally just the worst thing ever? Like, why is it so hard to date in your 30s? It's like Tinder, all these apps and stuff that you have to download, all these things that you have to be on. But then you get on them, and the men on there, it's insane. You literally tell them what you do as a profession. And of course, I say, I'm a nurse. And they say, oh, I think I want to be taken care of. Like, why? Why is dating in your 30s so hard? Somebody let me know in the comments. Like, tell me what else I can do, because I'm real confused. But it's rough out here on me.
To be honest, a woman dating in her 30s is a red flag. It shows that she has the inability to choose a good mate to settle down with. It also shows that these women aren't dating with intentions. It shows that they've been wasting their lives away in their 20s. Statistic also shows that nurses are more likely to cheat on their partners. To answer her question though, it's hard for women to date in their 30s because the men aren't looking for women who are in their 30s.
Read 3 hours ago, fuck you then. I don't care if you ever message me again. Bitch. Love of my life, what's up?
Going out for dinner dates are dead, and here's why. Number one, women are calling it the Tinder diet, all right? They're literally going on dinner dates just to get free dinners and never talk to guys again. Don't be that guy.
Okay, I have a question. Who should pay on the first date? Is it the guys that are meant to pay or the girls that are meant to pay? And if you are continually going on dates, should the guy continually keep paying for all the dates, or should the girl, or do you take it in turns? I don't know. I'm having an argument with a friend at the minute, discussion on who should pay for dates. Do you get turned off if a girl doesn't offer to pay? Do people get turned off at 50-50? I don't know who's meant to pay for what dates anymore.
Something happens as we get older that I call the invisibility factor. Now, it happens to men too, but I think women are probably more attuned to it. As time marches on and our faces and our bodies start to change, we become less and less noticeable, particularly to younger people. Now listen, the beauty of getting older is that you stop giving a shit what other people think. You know who you are. You've stepped into your power. You don't need external sources of validation to fuel your self-esteem. And yet, I'd be lying if I didn't tell you that I am aware that I am less visible, and there are times where I'm a little conflicted about it. I think it's one of those challenges of aging that we don't really talk about.
Women our age are more likely to be in relationships than men, which makes you think, who is everybody dating at the end of the day? If the women aren't dating the men, then...
What crosses my mind is I think there's perhaps two explanations. One, women in that age group are dating older men, 30 to 40. But I think the bigger thing is that women are maybe think they're in a relationship or are in a relationship and they're sharing higher quality guys. So, and there's this concept called hypergamy. Women are all chasing after the top tier of men. So a lot of women are happier sharing a top tier guy than settling for a guy that's actually on their level.
The notion that women live in their own shell, relying on men for basic necessities while neglecting family responsibilities, is a stereotype that misrepresents modern relationships. This outdated view suggests that women are indifferent to family duties and expect positive treatment despite a perceived lack of contribution, which can lead some men to become resentful. However, such beliefs undermine the progress made toward gender equality and fail to acknowledge the diverse roles that women embrace today, as caregivers, professionals, and partners. In reality, many women balance multiple responsibilities, contributing significantly to both their families and their careers. The idea that women are uninterested in family roles and seek entitlement diminishes their individuality and the efforts they put into their various roles. Relationships are most successful when both partners understand and respect each other's contributions, whether at home or in the workplace. But are modern couples truly recognizing and valuing each other's efforts? Or do these old stereotypes continue to create unnecessary tension and misunderstandings in relationships? Effective communication and mutual understanding are crucial in modern partnerships. By recognizing the complexities and dynamics of these relationships, couples can work together to support and value each other's contributions. Dispelling these outdated misconceptions fosters more equitable and understanding relationships, where both partners feel appreciated and fulfilled in their shared lives. So, are we as a society doing enough to move past these stereotypes? Or do they still hold too much power in shaping how we view and treat each other in relationships? And that concludes today's discussion on MGTOW Voice. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell to stay updated on future videos. Share your thoughts in the comments below, and I'll see you all in the next video.